Everyone, Robert Ferringo of Doc Sports here with the next team on my NFL Power Rankings Countdown, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the Doc Sports YouTube channel. Get daily free plays from some of the top handicappers in the country. Also, take advantage of that free $60 link down in the description. You can use that towards any handicapper, any package for any sport. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This one's pretty simple, right? No more Tom Brady. And all you have to do is wander up to Foxborough and ask the New England Patriots how easy it is to replace Tom Brady. I can't, a lot has already been talked about it, but you really just can't emphasize enough the drop-off of going from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask. It really doesn't even matter to me who wins that quarterback battle. Neither one of them's very good. I mean, if I'm Tampa Bay, I think I'd go with Trask just because he's younger and we don't know who he is yet. We know who Baker Mayfield is. There's a reason that he has bounced around on so many teams. He's terrible. He's not a good quarterback. He's not an NFL caliber quarterback. He could be a backup, but he's just not very good. So, I mean, if Tampa Bay ends up going with Baker Mayfield, that tells you everything you need to know about Kyle Trask's career. It tells you what to expect out of the Bucs this season, which really is not much. Now, I understand, like, some of the teams at the bottom of this list, like Tennessee, they still have some names, right? They have DeAndre Hopkins, they have Derrick Henry, they have Ryan Tannehill. Or the Rams, they still have Stafford and Kupp and Donald. There's some names there that make you think, ooh, these guys might still be pretty good. Same thing with Tampa Bay. They still have some dudes. Even on offense, Mike Evans is building an all-time great resume as a wide receiver. He's still going strong with his 1,000-yard receiving yard streak. They still have Chris Godwin. They still have Russell Gage. They still have Tristan Wirfs, who's fantastic along the line. They still have some guys, but there's just not enough there. The offensive line outside of Wirfs and Jansen isn't very good. Tampa Bay has not had a 1,000-yard rusher since 2015, and even though their quarterback play is going to be subpar this year, so you'd think that they would lean a little bit more on the running game. I don't think they're going to have a 1,000-yard rusher this year. Their running back room, doesn't make my socks roll up and down. So offensively, there's just more questions than answers, and they weren't very good offensively last year with Brady. The line broke down. They didn't really have a good scheme or system. The pieces just didn't work. So I don't see any reason why offensively they're going to be any better this year. Defensively, last year the defense carried the team once again, and they're going to have to be even better this season. Now, the Bucs defense finished in the top 10 in points allowed in 2020 and 2021. So they had a top 10 defense back-to-back years in scoring defense. Last year they were in the top 10 in total defense. And the Tampa Bay's defense hasn't finished lower than number 13 in either scoring defense or total defense in each of the last 3 seasons. That's really been, for all the talk about Brady, the defense has really carried this team over the last 3 seasons. Even in their Super Bowl year in the postseason, it really was their dominating defensive effort that kind of got them over the hump. Are they going to be able to maintain that pace with even less help from the offensive side of the ball? I just don't think so. I think that Tampa Bay is way too light along the defensive line. No depth, no experience, no proven talent other than Vita Vea. A few years ago they had Ndamukong Suh, Vea, William Goldston, Steve McClendon, just dirty, gritty guys that could get it done at the point of attack. They don't have that. I think teams are going to be able to run right through them. And when you have some really good running games like you're going to see out of Atlanta and New Orleans, I just don't know how the Bucs defense is going to hold up. Now, their secondary is fantastic. Their back seven is still very good. They have excellent linebackers. But the thing I keep coming back to with Tampa Bay, with their veterans, is these guys won the Super Bowl in 2020. Okay? Made the playoffs and were one of the favorites in 2021. Made the playoffs last year. Snuck in there. But they still have played in 3 straight postseasons. All right? These guys have been to the mountaintops. They are used to playing in playoff games and playing meaningful football late in the season. How is that going to go in this locker room if they're out of it? If they are the third place or even the last place team in this division heading into late November, December? What's the motivation level going to be like for some of these veteran players? I really think it's going to be a problem, and I really think that this team is going to drop off as the season goes on. I think they're very clearly behind Atlanta and New Orleans heading into the season. You can make the argument that Carolina has a better foundation and that their arrow is pointed upward over the next few years compared to Tampa Bay, which it just feels like they're on the verge. They're in that year before a major tear down and rebuild. And again, I just don't see a lot of heart, effort. I don't see these guys digging deep if they're eliminated from postseason contention in November, December. I don't see these veterans playing out the string. Now, I don't think there's a ton of value with their Las Vegas season win total. It's right around 6.5. I think that number's spot on. This would be a no play for me, but gun to my head, I think I would take the under. This is a team that I could see actually maybe moving some of its veteran pieces at the trade deadline. And again, I just think these guys are going to be mailing it in later in the season. Again, no Tom Brady, no chance for Tampa Bay. So take the under. So that's it for today. Be sure to check back tomorrow for the next team on my NFL Power Rankings countdown. Till then, carpe diem and good luck.